Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 131-111 loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. And this is a brutal one, Ryker, because you and I, we can handle an L at the hands of Philadelphia. It is what it is. Game 1 of the NBA playoffs. However, we were slapped around by Joel Embiid. We were injured left, right, and center. It was a complete mess of a game. How are you feeling after this game 1, Ryker?
Let me start with props. Kudos to the Philadelphia 76ers, because how are the Raptors going to win this one? Their top 10 NBA ranked defense, which forced only 3 turnovers on this game, so they handled the ball really well. Our top 5 NBA offensive rebounding, which only got 7 offensive rebounds in this game. So they did a pretty good job in handling theirs and doing the things that stopping or preventing the things that the Raptors needed to do to win. But that's where the congratulations stops, because I hate them. I hate their fan base. I don't like Joel Embiid. He's out there stepping on toes. He's pushing Pascal Siakam. They're favoring him. There was a lot of things I didn't like about this game. It makes me excited as a basketball fan, but furious as a Raptor fan. Ben, start wherever you want in this one. I have very mixed emotions.
Yeah, my emotions are fired up right now. I got the flames are going to be coming in. They're going to be coming in, but we have something we're even more fired up about, Ryker, and we're happy to be sponsored with BetStamp. Obviously, Josh, he's been plugging it on the previous stream. Sound off on BetStamp, because they've been a great partner to us starting off these playoffs.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ben. You and I, we lost every single penny that we put down on the Raptors winning game 1. In the sum of a couple $100. So don't follow our advice. You're better to follow Josh's advice if you're playing along. But basically, BetStamp, it aggregates all of the betting books. So if you're keen to do a bit of sports betting, then this will help you determine where the best places are to put your money. So we're partnering with them. We're going to kind of layer it on. It's Ontario. There's cash bonuses for Ontario users. What else here? You can track it all on their app, take 0% commission, a ton of benefits, a lot of upside. Unlike this Raptors game where there wasn't a ton of upside because we allowed over 30 points in every quarter, Ben. We got trampled, like you said, on the interior. We had 2 guys foul out in this game. 2 guys get injured in this game. Again, bit of a mess. And even with all of that said, we still did enough well that there's a bit of hope, a bit of confidence going to the next couple games.
Yeah, no, for sure. And just to sound off on BetStamp a little bit more. They're the Trivago of betting, so you find all the right odds. And even though you and I lost the money, right, even though we lost our bets, we had the best possible odds because we went through the BetStamp app. So if you're in Ontario, definitely check the link down below. It'll be in the pinned comment of this video, and it'll be in the description following. And then, check out, use promo code Raptors to get the best betting layers, because you know what? You're going to want to put your money down on the Toronto Raptors for the next game, because we're going to be fired up, Ryker. And, we got to bounce back from this one. As you said, the Sixers, they came out, they played really well. Tyrese Maxey was elite for this team. Tobias Harris, right? Elite for this team. I know Josh has been flaming him on recent podcasts, but I still feel good about the Toronto Raptors. I still feel good about this team because I don't think the role players will be playing that well. I thought our defense is something that we've hung our hat on year in, year out over the past decade, and tonight, it was brutal. Tonight it was brutal. I think that will improve in future games, and Monday, Wednesday, whenever we're playing against. So I'm not too worried about this game, but the one thing I am worried about, and Ryker, we gotta give this golden kazoo early in this video. We gotta give it out early in this one, and it's going to the Sixers. It's going to Joel Embiid, because they came out and they injured almost our entire team in this one. Joel Embiid started the game looking like Will Smith, slapping all the Raptors players left, right, and center. Was it Scottie, Kem Birch early in this one, and then obviously our superstar rookie, who was really our best player tonight, it felt like. I guess Fred and OG, looking at the box score, our top guys didn't perform that poorly, but Scottie Barnes was playing elite level, almost a triple-double in 32 minutes, got his foot stepped on by Joel Embiid. Ryker, I guess the first thing, was this a dirty play or not, before we sort of figure out how this plays out in the series?
No, not a dirty play. He wasn't looking down. Where's that ankle? Let me step on it. Of course not. And the reason I say I don't like their fan base, I don't like Joel Embiid, it's just because they have that very polarizing personality. But obviously there wasn't any malintent to go out and injure, not from what I saw, Ben. But you gave out the Golden Kazoo. Give out the Scottie Barnes Award, sir. We're giving awards out left, right, and center because he didn't just look like the best player. He was the best player in terms of getting baskets when we were in the slumps, consistently being in the right position to score on the inside, getting rebounds, getting assists, flirting with that triple-double. It's going to be a tough series if he's out. And when you have almost 300 pounds of Embiid crunching down onto that ankle, big step, I'm reluctant to believe that he's going to make a comeback in the next couple games, man.
Yeah, well, the injury report said it's a left ankle sprain or right ankle sprain. I forget what side of the body, but it's a sprain.
Sprain's sometimes worse than breaks. Well, break, obviously, you're done.
Yeah,
But
break
sprain, there's a bit of
guarantees that he'd be out for the rest of the series, rest of the playoffs. However, sprain, there's some leeway, right? A sprain could be he's good in 2 days, or a sprain, as you mentioned, could be worse than a break, and then we won't see him till next year. At least it wasn't, the twist on it made me almost worried it was a foot thing or something weird going on, but I'm happy that it's just a sprain, and we'll see what ends up happening. We got a couple super chats coming in from Pain-Causing Samurai saying, spent last week talking to Philly fans, talking up both teams in the spirit of good basketball, but now I am out for blood. I want to see Embiid destroyed. And Pain-Causing Samurai, we need that samurai sword in the hands of a Gary Trent Jr., Pascal Siakam coming out, because we need to slice and dice these 76ers and score down the lane. I'm confident we're going to bounce back. We'll talk about game 2 and as it comes on. And, got to get the animation out for everyone breaking out the super chats. But Tom M is saying, summarizing Raptors fans tonight. What? And that's the only real way to put it. Because, it would be, he threw out the wah in all caps, Ryker, but it'd be a wah if it was just a regular loss. But with the injuries piled on top of each other, it was just a complete mess of a game. And on top of it, because this is all under the Golden Kazoo, our guy, Thaddeus Young, Chattius Young, Thaddy Daddy as people have been calling him, also went out with that hand injury, the thumb injury. That's something that also could be, take him out of this series. Thaddeus Young, obviously a veteran off the bench, didn't look too hot in his 6 minutes, had a turnover, a rebounder and stuff, but we were pretty excited to see Thaddeus Young play with this squad. And I don't know, we'll talk about game 2, but without Thad and Scottie Barnes, that's the one worry that I think I have outside of what happened in this game. But otherwise, I don't think it was a horrible night for the Toronto Raptors.
Wasn't horrible, except the defense wasn't that good, right? You tighten that up, and then you go back, watch the tape, and say, we need to crash the glass a little bit better. We probably need to apply a bit of better pressure on the perimeter and force some turnovers, right? You can only do so much with Embiid. He didn't actually shoot amazing from the field. He was only like 33%, 5 of 15. Ben, definitely going to be some adjustments, but we wanted to keep this podcast relatively short because we both have people. You have people over. I have people coming over, Ben. I don't know how interested people are going to be. I think everybody's going to be fired up. Let's swing into the segments real quick, and I'm sure we're going to pick out a couple people when we do.
We got Marcel Martin coming in. This game made me sick. Marcel was calling me before this game saying the Raptors are over. Before we do swing into the segments, Ryker, but this series is not over. I'm still fully confident in my Raptors in 6 pick, even if Scottie Barnes is out of it. I thought my one worry was that the Raptors wouldn't be able to score in this series, and we did put up 111 points. Siakam at 24, 7, and 3. OG Anunoby 20 points on 9 of 15 shooting. Fred VanVleet only 12 shots, 18 points. Gary Trent Jr., obviously the star boy, the Raptors growth, as you and I have been, or you alluded to a couple weeks ago, right? Play well. Even Precious got his shots off. Offensively was my only question mark going into the series. That was answered. I don't think Maxey and Tobias Harris are going to be able to put up this level of production night in, night out. So no stress there, as you said. We'll swing into the segments. And tonight, the spicy P-lay of the day. And I think it's got to go to, the guy. He didn't have the greatest of performances, especially in the first half. But in the second half, I thought he got more comfortable, more calmed down. I'm mixing the spicy P-lay with some Precious propaganda. But he had a ferocious jam over Joel Embiid, driving the lane with that quick explosion and threw it down right on top of Embiid. Almost caught him with a second one later in this game as well. Got a little momentum swing. Obviously, it was returned by Tyrese Maxey just going nuclear from the field. But Precious throwing down some dunks. I love to see that.
Yeah, and hopefully I'm not poaching one of your next segments, but he also had a dunk that if it went down, would have been pretty wild as well. Yeah. The one-hand tomahawk when he saw a bit of space. But he was playing all right. Everyone was playing all right. Just a tough game, right? The dice didn't roll in the Raptors' direction, but it wasn't because of lack of trying or lack of scoring. The 76ers maintained that lead purely because their offense just kept on scoring and scoring and scoring.
Yeah, the defense was the issue for the Toronto Raptors, and Nick Nurse is going to have to scheme some things differently, work things out in the next game, which I think it's Nicky Nurse, baby, as Fred VanVleet said. We're going to switch some things up and get things rocking, I guess, and we've dealt with injuries the entire year, so we're fully confident, but, not all players with Spice Play of the day, and some just make you say, oh, geez. And I think the OGs, it's got to go to Tyrese Maxey, just floater after floater. 3 after 3. I know he's a 40+% three-point shooter, but he was hitting some tough ones there tonight. And, we gave up 131 points. The defense definitely wasn't great, but there was a lot of tough shot making by the Philadelphia 76ers, which I don't think is sustainable. And a lot of those plays made me say, oh, geez.
And he had one shot over Precious, about 8, 9, 10 feet back from the three-point line. Money, right? He just couldn't do any wrong. Special game for Maxey at home, right? But they always say it's not a series until somebody wins on the road. So don't lose confidence if the Raptors drop game 1, drop game 2, whatever. We're still going to have that energy when we're in the Scotiabank Arena. So that's why you got to just keep the confidence up, Ben.
Yeah, keep the confidence high, folks. People are in the chat saying it's, we're losing, we're jumping the gun, we're out, Riker. To win a championship, you need to win a bunch of games, and Tyrese Maxey was looking like Game 1 DJ Augustine out here tonight. That's what I'm calling him. That's all he is, DJ Augustine. That's the only thing we have to worry about, Tyrese
Gentleman's
Maxey.
Sweep, Ben. Gentleman's Sweep. Orlando Magic, 2018.
Reverse gentleman's sweep, right? The only championship the Raptors ever won, we lost the first game of the playoffs, so that's what's happening. And I know we threw it out early, too. The Golden Kazoo, we talked about the injuries, we talked about all this stuff. But, Riker, the referees. We've held off this long, and we knew it was going to be a narrative, a storyline. I know you're the ref apologist on this podcast, but when Chris Boucher is standing up underneath, straight up, and Joel Embiid is going in there like a fish, just throwing up these ugly hook shots, doing all this complete nonsense underneath the rim, I'm sickened. I'm sickened watching this play. Boucher fouled out 6 fouls. Fred VanVleet fouled out 6 fouls. Siakam, 4 fouls. OG Anunoby, 2. Gary Trent Jr., 2. Who is that? Kem Birch, 2 in 8 minutes. I know we're a smaller team. I know we're aggressive, but there was some nonsense happening out there from the referees tonight.
Tell you what, correct me if I'm wrong. Joel Embiid's taller than every player out there on the Raptors. He's barreling in like a bull in a china shop. Nobody attempted to draw a charge in this one, Ben. No one. 0 charge attempts. That's got to be in the game plan, in the defensive game plan. Correct me
Are
if
you
I'm wrong.
apologizing for the refs on this podcast because we didn't
I'm
take any
saying,
charges?
listen, you're not going to block
Get
him. One
out of
challenge
here
at
with
the rim.
this,
You're
bro.
not going to block him.
Get out of here with this
Don't
nonsense.
challenge him at the rim.
Get out of here with this
Make him
nonsense.
pay for going in reckless.
I agree we should take some charges, but that is, I don't know. The calls in this, obviously they're going to get their fouls. It's something we know it's going to happen, something we have to deal with, but it's a bit egregious for playoff basketball. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. If it continues, we'll get more mad. We'll get more fired up. But, Riker, I think it's time to swing to that final alarm. Woo, 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 woo.
Beep, 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 beep.
That's right. The final alarm has sounded. And we want to hear what you guys have to say. And as is tradition.
Let's make it a true 2, Ben.
True 2. As is tradition, get the like spike going with for the final alarm. 250 people in this chat. Let's get this rocking a bit exciting. But Phil B is saying, look in the camera with a straight face and say you legitimately think the Raptors will win the finals. Phil B, the Raptors are legitimately going to win the NBA Finals. Everyone's overreacting to one game. Y'all are full of all of it. Full of B. Phil of B. Is that his name? Filled with B. That's what I'm saying. So we'll be good. We'll be good, Riker. Are you worried after this? Because I'm encouraged with our offense. And Maxey and Tobias are not doing this. My only worry is the injuries.
Injuries.
Yeah.
Could be huge.
Yeah. Joel
Catastrophic.
Embiid. Joel Embiid.
We'll see how it shakes out.
Yeah, Joel Embiid's the Sixers were doing tonight, but we were worried about with a potential Celtics or Heat matchup where they just come out injuring people, playing dirty like that. It's a mess. It's a mess. And Shockwave is still in Pyongyang. Pyongyang. I can't even talk right now. Reacting to this. Embiid is getting roasted out here in our chat. We'll be good. We'll be good. How can I be in the call to talk about it with y'all? Ali, might have to do a call-in, a therapy session if this game gets messy. But we're not at that level yet. We might take the call-ins in here soon. But shouldn't that be Embiid? We'll see. Raptors need to trade Siakam. Man, Shea's always in here just roasting Siakam, roasting this team. We're not taking this negativity here tonight, folks. We can't have that happening. But stay encouraged. Exactly, K. Robinson, 100%. I was surprised our offense was getting buckets in this game, Riker.
Yeah, there wasn't lulls. Just the defense couldn't get stops in this one, Ben.
Yeah, we got Jimmy in the chat saying he hates refs. We hate refs too. And a Blow saying you called Maxey DJ Augustine. Anyone who's saying that is a walking L. Blow, you know what? You're a walking L for not believing in this Toronto Raptors team. We are bouncing back. We're coming out for this, and now Stephen A. going to be discussing us. You know what? No one talked for all the people saying it's going to be a close series and all that. I don't think any of those mainstream reporters addressed any Raptors players. So it was just messy. You know what? We're gonna come back and shock everyone. But Nick Nurse will give us a chance to come back, and that's what it is, right? The Raptors struggled when we were the Toronto Chokers, or whatever they used to call us, Trash Bros and all that, making adjustments, making game changes. Nick Nurse is going to come back and fix the defense. That's what he does, Riker.
Yes, indeed, Ben. But, again, on the heels of a loss after Game 1, you and I have confidence going into Game 2. We're going to keep everybody updated on what the status of the injury report is.
I think Phil B
Scottie
said
Barnes.
the results came back negative, so the sprain is... I don't know what that means. So no structural damage with the sprain, or I don't know how all that stuff works. So hopefully it's just, you get a bad ankle sprain. Sometimes they recover quickly. So that's just how it goes. That's how it goes with this Toronto Raptors team. I don't know what... The chat seems a bit too negative here right now. I'm not liking this right now. Let's wrap this bad boy up. You guys are the best for making this far. Check out the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter, all that cool stuff. As mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, check out BetStamp, right? They'll be in the pinned comment. They'll be in the description of this video. Place your bets on the Toronto Raptors getting this Game 2 W. You only need one of those games on the road, and the Raptors are going to snatch up that Game 2. And if you want the best odds, right, the Trivago of sports betting, right, go to BetStamp. Look at all the parlays, because if you want the best odds, you got to see which odds are going to be best, which if it's BetMGM, wherever you are in Ontario, right, whatever's available to you. There's different odds, different places, so you want to use BetStamp to get those best odds for you. But folks, you guys are the best. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that cool stuff. You have any last words on this loss, Riker, tonight?
No, and I'll come with something profound and innovative for next series, Ben, or next game.
Next series.
When we get that W. Next series. Cheers.